Well, good evening, and hello, Lena. Yeah, the Feist your X. Welcome to, I guess, a bit of xDefiant. And yeah, afterwards, the State of Play watch along. We are right now, mostly, well, doing this. Playing some xDefiant. Hopefully having some fun. Wait a second. Ooh. Well, apparently I got the drops, but I can't activate them. But how are you doing? It's quite a busy week considering I've streamed now nearly every day, but like, you know what? It's an event. I should probably capitalize on the fact that people will want to watch this and instill brand loyalty by giving my opinions on video games and hopefully making some that are just slightly bit controversial, so people are more like, oh, this person is going against the grain. I like that. And then when people are like, wait, that's a shit opinion, you're like, oh, you're attacking them. Well, I'm going to be even more loyal now because other people are aggressive. And thus building a parasocial relationship that ends with you maybe giving me money. You could also do that with another person, but this is usually the way to go. Just playing with open cards. Doing good. I'm also doing good. I saw Cat was on your PC. And yeah, as I said on the Discord, like, you can technically make your fans intake, but since I've been, a bit into PC cooling and shit, the general idea is that you have a lot of fans at the front and some maybe at the bottom, depending on what kind of case you have. Because the thing is, air rises upwards when it gets hot. So, and also one important reason why you want your uptake, your fans, your upper fans to point outwards. See, if they're pointing inwards, well, they're gonna suck in dust. Just really, really easy because dust falls down. And if you then have a vortex that sucks in air, it's just all the fucking dust in there. While at the front and stuff, you have meshes that, catch dust. At the bottom, etc. And also just falls down due to gravity. And if you have your outtake being upwards and such, it just blows the dust away. So less dust in your PC. PC building tip. Cheers. So yeah, also ready for the State of Play? I suppose a lot of people are coping for Bloodborne again, which is like, I don't know. I've somehow just given up on that, You're really gonna announce some fun stuff, and
Occupy.
yes.
3, 2, 1. Take the capture zone. Follow it when it changes location.
Engaging camo.
Gathering intel.
Capture zone contested. Zone under assault. Enemy neutralized.
Okay. But yeah, Bloodborne, everyone is like, oh hey, is there Bloodborne coming to PC? Honestly, here's the thing. If they ever remaster or remake Bloodborne, I will guarantee you there's gonna be a version for PlayStation 5 before there's gonna be one for PC.
Capture zone is moving. Zone under assault. Capture zone contested. We're on the zone. Zone under assault.
Reloading.
We're on the zone. Capture zone contested. Capture zone is moving. Sending new.
Anyone provide first aid?
Damn it.
Zone under assault.
I need a medic.
We're locking down the zone. The zone's in danger. Capture zone is moving.
Gathering intel.
Fuck.
Was that revenge? Allies on the zone.
Best revenge is revenge.
Capture zone contested. Zone compromised.
Yeah.
We're on the zone. Capture zone is moving. Sending new location to your OPSAT now. Zone compromised.
Oh yeah. By the way, have you noticed today the PC gamers have been mad again? It was kind of quite spectacular to see how people just go online and just
Allies on the zone.
say things, you know?
Capture zone contested. Zone compromised. Ultra ready for deployment.
Oh yeah,
Capture zone is moving.
What a surprise. Yeah, so the thing was, there was an interview with Herman
We're
Hulse, you
locking
know,
down the zone.
You can't hide.
basically see basically now CEO of PlayStation, because you know the old one left, and he was like, yeah, our strategy is
Heads up.
actually very
I'm
simple with
detecting our
you know, game
sonar
releases.
tech in enemy camp.
If we're doing a live service game, we're gonna go multi-platform, you know, day and date, you know, because that just makes sense. And if you look at, for
Zone
example,
compromised.
Helldivers 2, yeah, it made sense. Like, if you have a multiplayer game, you want the biggest audience possible, because, for example, you don't know on which platform it catches on. And, sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you, Sony had always, like, a bunch of multiplayer games since the PS3 that would have made insanely well on the PC.
Allies on the zone.
Like, I don't know how many of you remember Warhawk
Zone under assault.
or Starhawk for that matter, or Mag. Remember Mag? Mag was a thing. It was definitely a thing.
Capture zone contested.
Changing back.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then he was like, yeah, but you know, the big exclusive titles, the single player titles. No, we're gonna bring them out on our platform first, and then you know, a few years later on PC. And you know, PC players were like, this is so stupid because people will never buy a PlayStation just to play games early. And I just sit here being like, you fucking wish the world would work like that, right? Because they're like, but I have a PC now. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a subset of people who spend like a fucking fortune to have a gigantic, strong PC. They will probably not get a PlayStation. And there's gonna be a big subset of people who are like, whoa, shit, I want this game to play, and I don't want to wait, so they're gonna grab that game at the console. Because there's gonna be a bunch of games like that. In fact, let me put it like this. There are more households out there, okay, where people have a PC and console than just a PC.
Missions in jeopardy, agent.
Because I don't know how to say this, but the amount of people who link up a PC to their, you know, to their TV to play games on that is very little. Most people, again, have a console and they play games on the couch because that is actually very, very fucking comfortable. Also, you can own games, you know, physically. That's also very big for people. They 100% will do catch people with that, you know. Just look at their recent, you know, exclusive, like Spider-Man 2. Sold really fucking well. Let me tell you, it was due to a big degree that so many people were actually able to play Spider-Man 1 that they were like, oh yeah, I want to play the other Spider-Man game. You know, the one with Venom. Some people, you know, were like, yeah, I want to play that. And so they did. But yeah, no, people were like, they're so stupid, they will lose money on that, and I just, at this point, I'm like, nah. Ironically, you know what, this is also, in terms of marketing, a really smart move. Like, here's the thing. We're not gonna talk about the other company that is basically the whole reason they're doing this approach, because,
Zone compromised.
well, their sales have been cannibalized by their dual release strategy, and a certain other pass thing they did, which, you know, a bunch of people don't want to admit.
Zone compromised.
Oh yeah, also, again, when it comes to takes on Twitter by the Gamers TM, it's like, the shit I saw, because, you know, a few days ago, David Goldfarb, you know,
Zone location
talked
changing.
about how Game Pass ate their sales on PC, and then some people, you know, in the comments were like, "Ah, you actually have no idea. Game Pass, you know, saves studios and such." And he was just like, "We fucking went almost bankrupt." But sure, I have no idea how that works.
Protect
And it's
the
like,
zone. Zone.
I don't know. Maybe don't talk up to people who are a bit longer in the
Rogue
industry
Echelon
than
agent
you are.
activated sonar goggles.
Just a smidge. But yeah, I find that I kind of found that hilarious to see because it's just,
But you're a
again,
pro.
people
You'll
just
bounce
talk
back.
out their ass. But I mean, that's what Twitter was designed for, you
We're
know?
locking down the
Not
zone.
humility, engagement. Like shit gets constantly thrown to your face that you
Capture zone moving.
want to react to it, you know?
Protect the zone.
This is why I would never open the For You tab because fuck no. Fuck no. It's just got worse than Elon, really.
I'll start filling out the mission failure report. Get a head start on the bookkeeping. Not much time left, Agent. Hide less.
But yeah,
run more.
here's the second thing. Why I would say, you know, the dual release strategy is actually good.
Zone under attack.
Here's the thing. You'll probably be like, oh, but people want the maximum sales on launch. They don't really care about that. You know, usually their games are doing fine. You know, they're getting reviewed well as well. But like, look at the most recent example, Ghost of Tsushima. That game is 4 years old.
We're on the
Just got ported to PC. Good PC port, from what I now heard. The thing is,
protect the zone. Zone compromise.
you know what upside that is? You know what upside this gives you? The
You're off your
re-release?
game, Agent.
People talk about your game again. Like, if they announce now, you know? If they're announcing now, oh hey, we're working on a new Ghost of Tsushima game, or a new Sucker Punch game. A lot of people are already are talking again. The game is now, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this game was fun, I'm playing it again. You know, like, oh, you're into it now, you're playing it now? Cool. That's smart. That's like, ironically, a similar dynamic to, you know, why the whole binge release thing on Netflix is kind of stupid. I know, shocking. Because what happens? Everything drops at once. You'd say, oh wait, that's convenient for people. It is. It is actually very convenient. Because you can just watch everything at once and don't need to care. However, and let me just be a bit precise here. Talk is over. I mean, look at the fucking Fallout show. It was literally one of the best, you know, TV shows of the recent, basically of the recent decade that of the early decade that I can think of, because, frankly, it's a good show. It's a really fucking good show. Who talked about it after 1 week? They apparently just wanted it to out in, you know, in one go, but like stupid. It's similar to, like, it's like literally similar to when Netflix took over JoJo. JoJo, you know, 1 to 5, people talked. You know why? Because a lot of people who watch series don't read the manga. Or know the source material. Or you know what? If a series is new, people don't know anything. They speculate. Similar thing that happened with, well, you know, back in the, like last year with The Witch from Mercury. People talked. So. And why did they keep talking? Because every single week there was something new to talk about. It kept the series fresh.
But I'm sure you'll manage.
I mean, okay, you had wild speculations that were stupid, but
3, 2,
you know,
Secure those capture zones, Agent.
people kept talking. That is the key.
Friendlies capturing Zone A.
And Jodo people
Zone
talked.
secured.
Until, well, Netflix took over. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was dropped, 6 was dropped in, I think, 3 parts? 2 or 3 parts? I don't remember anymore. But, basically a year apart. And it dropped, and no one cared. It was dead. No one
Capturing
talked.
Zone C.
Because basically, no one noticed that it was out. Because there wasn't the,
Capture zone contested. Friendlies going for Zone
weekly,
B.
everyone's like, oh, what is gonna happen next? But now, release a series constantly. I mean, look at me even. There's so much Doctor House, I can't binge it. So what are we doing? We're watching like 2-3 episodes per day. And so I'm like, oh hey, I have some ideas. I write them down. And a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, Doctor House was a good series. And I saw at least one person who literally posted about rewatching it. That's the power of word of mouth. Similar, Ghost of Tsushima is out. And Dave Oshry is posting about it. I'm betting with you. People bought the game again because of these tweets. 100%.
Capture zone contested. Friendlies going for Zone
And this
B.
is actually why I also say this is a thing no one talks about, because they're all just thinking about, oh, I would buy something at launch if it was on PC. Here's the thing. You would also buy it when it comes out. It's not really relevant. People will buy it. The thing is, again, they release it 1 or 2 years later. People, like, imagine this. Imagine this. The thing everyone talks about, which has become a meme, okay? Happens. Bloodborne gets announced a port. Imagine this actually happens. Or, at least a remaster. That would be something. Who cares which platform? But, like, there's a Bloodborne remaster, or actually a PC port. I bet with you, the fucking internet would be full. You would not be saved from all the fucking Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower thirst posting. It would be so much Bloodborne, you'd be like, holy shit, did this game just release? No. It re-released. And that's the thing. It re-released. People can talk about it again.
Updated.
Smart, right? Oh.
Zone contested.
You know what I do was like, hey, should I just ask what happened to people? But like, I already asked that yesterday. I don't think something special happened today. At least I got a good amount of cat pictures in my mentions now. I'm very happy that worked out. Cats are great, you know? They're stupid, but they're just wonderful.
Anyone provide first aid? Sticking away!
Like, they're just these wonderful floof balls. Just, you pet them, and they purr. It's just great.
Zone B compromised.
So yeah,
We're winning. Keep it up, Agent.
what is everyone's, you know, hope slash cope for the state of play later? No Bloodborne, besides Bloodborne, okay? That's a challenge. Name one game you
Take the
hope to
zone,
see
keep the zone.
besides
You know the
Bloodborne.
mission. Friendly's moving on C.
Gotta make it hard.
Zone B is vulnerable.
Active camo.
Well, hope you like it here. I mean, here, like, for me, considering they started tweeting again, I feel like we will see, like, a new Astrobot game. But also,
Zone
like,
compromised. Friendly's locking down zone C.
God, I really hope this is gonna be good. Like, aside from the fact that we need more platformer games, it's just like,
Anything the
I have no clue what it will be, how good it will be, but like, God, I really hope they will make a new, they're showing a new Astrobot game. And I really fucking hope it's like, just, okay, so just so you know, the thing is, Astrobot was like a VR game that they had. Basically there was Astro's Playroom, which is more like, you know, oh hey,
Vengeance. I'll allow it.
you know, try a bit around with, you know, the VR stuff, you know, from PlayStation VR 1 stuff, and then they had Astrobot Rescue Mission, which was highly acclaimed, from what I know, but this is all I heard. The problem was... So, the problem with VRs, you know, for the last years there was basically just one big, you know, there were two big parts, you know. Either there were people who bought one for PC, and this was either, you know, a Facebook one, I will not call it Meta ever, it's Facebook, or a Valve one, and those are where the people with literally too much money and in their lives. And they exclusively played, you know, whatever the fuck indie games put out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there was Half-Life Alyx and not many VR games where I was like, oh yeah, this looks like the shit that everyone needs to hop onto. However, putting back, PlayStation VR 1 sold insanely well. Like, I think it's still the most sold VR headset right now, because like it literally outsold every single VR headset combined. It was surprisingly big. Okay?
Zone compromised. We're on the zone.
And again, they had some really good games on there.
Capture zone contested.
I mean, just thinking about the fact that they had a bunch of, you know, VR modes for games that already existed. Like, I mean, hey, you can play Resident Evil 8 and 4 now on, you know, basically with VR modes. That's good. Yeah. Hey Claire, Claire, just so you know, I already said, hey, what game do you anticipate to see on the state of play except Bloodborne? Bloodborne is the meme, put out another game, put forth another game, and like, I said I'm interested for Astrobot because it seems like they're gonna make one. I don't know if it is, because, you know, PSVR 1 just, you know, sold really well for a long time. But I have to check the numbers. Back then it was literally outselling everyone, which is just nuts if you think about it. But yeah, basically everyone was just like... Honestly, we all are probably morbidly curious about this Silent Hill 2 remake, because like, we'll see about that, okay? Or is Resident Evil 1 remake? Who knows?
Capture zone contested.
But
Capture
still,
zone is moving. Sending new locations
basically
to
they
our
made
now.
Astrobot Rescue Mission, and the people who had PlayStation VR loved it, and it won awards. Apparently it was just a really fucking good game. So, but again, no one outside the VR bubble knew about that, and everyone
Zone
was like,
compromised.
not yet, we can talk about it in a second, but just, you know, the thing is, everyone was like, oh yeah, Astrobot, you know, everyone who played it was like, Astrobot is great, and everyone was like, really? A cutesy platformer? How great can it be? So then the PlayStation 5 launched, and they had Astrobot, oh no, don't this way, I just want to finish this before I get distracted by a thought, okay?
Allies on the zone. Capture zone contested.
Don't take it personally. But yeah, Astrobot they basically made a small Astrobot game pre-installed on every single PlayStation 5. Just, you know, kind of celebrating, you know, you know, the history of PlayStations. Like,
Capture zone is moving.
there was like you know, they have the small robots are cosplaying as various things from, you know, from Silent Hill to Resident Evil. And here's the thing. Holy shit, is that little game good? Like, Lena, listen to, like, trust me when I say this. Gameplay-wise and style-wise, this is probably the closest PlayStation has ever come to Nintendo Factor. And I fucking mean that. Like, holy shit, this little game pre-installed on the PlayStation 5 is so utterly good. Just has so many lovely details. Like, you were like, oh yeah, yeah. And it was a collectathon, you know, like the good old ones, like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff, but, you know, with more jump and run puzzle stuff. And you're just like, holy shit, this game is insanely good, and it has its own song. And it like, if you ever wonder, will someone ever make a game, you know, another game song like Still Alive? But Want You Gone from Portal? It was fucking there. And it was about the main board. You know, the GPU lovely rendering all the graphics that you can enjoy, and you just sit there being like, the fuck? They're the only surviving aspect of Japan Studio for reasons that are obvious when you play. Yeah. Team Azobi was literally said, hey, you want to become a bigger team and more money and make the next thing? And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I get why, like,
Zone under assault.
they could have probably saved it to a degree, but I don't know. We have to see how much juice is in there again. Like, you know, I think they announced Bokeh Studios was it called? And they're like, oh, we're making a new, you know, survival horror game. I'm like, okay. This is gonna be the judgment, I'd say. Here's the thing. If that game comes out and it's just mediocre, you know why the rest of the studio was probably let go, aside from Team Azobi. If it's still really good, you can be like, yeah, fucking idiots, you should rehire all these people. But that's the thing. I will keep that, but like, yeah, Astrobot was just... this is why I'm saying, yeah, if they're announcing a new Astrobot game today, I don't think they have announced a name yet, but they shared some, so from what I gathered, I think Sui Yoshida even helped them found the indie studio, so I guess they're still on good terms. It would be fucking funny if in the end they're just like, yeah, we founded our own indie studio, but you know the new game is getting published by Sony again. They just, you know, released some artwork and we're like, yeah, hey, we're working on something. I don't know if they have a, you know, a name already. But yeah, Astrobot just... I'm gonna be honest with you. If they make Astrobot just a big, you know, platformer with, you know, collectathon and everything you had in this small demo that they really, like, it wasn't even small, it was just such a delight to fucking play. Like, it was not a long game, but it was such a good game. Insanely good. Like, unironically, one of the best games of that year, and it just came pre-installed. Like, it was the... Oh yeah, sorry. The mods are not here. Damn you mods.
Active camo.
Capture zone is moving.
Like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna say it. Stupid normal chat doesn't let me ban people
Zone
fast.
under
Oh,
assault.
sorry. Hey, that's but yeah. Astrobot was just so utterly good. Like, I'm sorry. I think we have found a game that has beaten Wii Sports as the best, you know, console bundle game of all time. It is in. I am not kidding you when I say it is insanely good.
Allies on the zone. The zone's in danger.
Like,
Hostiles are
okay,
winning.
you're probably gonna laugh, but
Taking
so we
feedback
actually
capture
got
zone.
back when the console launched, we had 4
Zone
games,
is
okay?
changing location.
So obviously we had Demon's Souls because I'm sorry, the console launched with Demon's Souls remake, okay? You had Demon's Souls remake. Then, due to an offering, because you know I pre-ordered it at the local GameStop, and we. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna say one thing, but like, everyone who was online and was like, no, pre-ordering on Amazon is blocked. You know what I did? I heard the announcement on the you know, on the stream being like, oh yeah, pre-order start tomorrow. And I was like, okay. Put up
Allies on the zone.
put up like, hey, here's a you know, here's an alarm. Wake up at 8. Be at the store at 9. Pre-ordered.
Zone under
Yeah, they open at 10. Pre-ordered the console, and I came back home and went to sleep again.
Capture zone moving.
And I had my console safe. I'm telling you, you want the console on day 1? Go to GameStop. You still have like a local store. Go there. Before they open, a few people will be there, but not many. You can get it. And mine is literally in the heart of like a major city in Germany. Like, and I got it no problem.
Ultra ready.
So I just pre-ordered everything. And
Allies on the zone.
when the day came, you know what the best thing was? I didn't even have to be like, oh, waiting something, maybe something doesn't work. Oh, no. The store called like a week earlier and was like, hey,
The zone's in danger.
when do you want to pick up your console? We have times. We have
Zone
time
is
slots.
changing location.
Every 15 minutes they were like, we let one person in. They can get their stuff. You know, they can still look for a few games, make some orders and stuff.
Allies on the zone.
They opened even a bit earlier. We were there at 9. We were the only people in the store. Everything chill. They were like, hey, we even have some stuff over here. You know, you have some stuff overcharged on your account.
Zone under assault.
There's a thing you can, there's a promotion. You can get the Spider-Man Deluxe Edition. You know, the Miles Morales PS5 Deluxe Edition with the original Spider-Man game for digital included for $60. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's take that also with me. That was chill.
We're on the zone.
So, like, support local business. Or, not support local, but like, go to your local stores. They're worth it.
Zone
Online shopping will never.
Zone under assault.
Oh yeah. Ironically, I have not played Miles Morales yet, but we played through Spider-Man, you know, before, and it was a really good game. Like, I am not even, like, I'm not complaining about my launch lineup at all. I think we played basically all games. I don't think we finished, again, we had 5 games with that. So there was the Toon 1 thing. Demon's Souls, finished that, obviously, with Unga Bunga. So there was no int there, you know, so it was just a pure strength build, it was just pure Unga Bunga, and I finished the game. So that's literally the one Souls game I have to my... We also have, I mean, I still am sitting on the Dark Souls 1 playthrough, but we will see if that ever happens. We'll see.
Capture zone moving.
But yeah, playthrough Demon Souls. We played a good amount of Sackboys, A Big Adventure, because, you know, it was a platformer, it was co-op, we were like, yeah, sure, and that is a good game. Honestly, that is a good game. Like, you want a platformer together with some people, this is a fine game. I'm not even, like, mad, because, like, I think this is the weirdest thing about platformers that I ever noticed is, you know, people will go at platformers and they're like, oh, are you the new Super Mario, the new Mario 64? No? Well, now you're just the worst thing ever, and why do you exist even? It's like, the fuck, this game is fine, you can play it co-op. It's fun. Should finish it probably one day, but it was a really fun little game. And then, obviously, we had,
Zone location changed.
okay.
Zone contested.
You will not believe what the final of the 4 games was that we got at launch. Even Mario 64 was really memorable. It's the speedrun one, yeah, but like... But yeah, chat. Again, we bought 4 games physically at launch. I can name you 3. Sackboy, Deluxe Edition Miles Morales, and Demon Souls. Guess what the 4th game was? Ironically, it wasn't even a game I wanted. It's a game Agonia wanted. Yeah. I just feel like if they can guess the 4th PS5 launch game we had back at that day.
They can't.
They won't be able to. No, Umineko wasn't a launch game on the PS5. People should. I mean, technically, you only need to make up a list and have a good guess. Another thing, by the way, it was a PS5 exclusive. Okay, Devil May Cry 5 came later. Well, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition came later, but like, oh shit, I have to play that one day. That is probably the one reason why, also one of the reasons why I should yeet the PS5. Horizon was also not out on the PS5. Shit, we need to play Forbidden West one day.
Domination. I'll take 3 objectives on your OPSAT. Assault them at your discretion.
No, Call of Duty I would have bought, and
Your mission is to
ironically
secure
I have
capture
not
zones.
gotten the newer ones. I usually buy them physically nowadays, just, you know, to have them, you know, when they're really cheap.
Capture zone secured.
Honestly, that list shouldn't be too hard to find and open.
Friendly's going for zone B. Tango dispatch. Capture zone contested. Friendly's capturing zone A. Hostiles on the scope in zone B.
Damn, every launch title for every PlayStation console. How did... Oh, they don't have... Okay, you know what? I just cleared up. Godfall. Remember Godfall? That game was alright. It wasn't that bad. It was fine. It was really alright.
Friendly's going for Zone B. Friendly's capturing Zone A.
Grenade out!
I think the biggest problem Godfall had was like the fact that everyone expected it to be a, you know, a Souls-like game when it was kind of a combat-focused melee Warframe-esque, which was kind of cool. It had its problems. Like they definitely added some shit with the expansion stuff, but we didn't touch that later. Yeah, Godfall was an interesting title. Like no one talks about that anymore nowadays. Which is ironic because like they showed gameplay, they were like, yeah, no, we're going to focus on that you know you have your certain armor sets. This is so funny because I mean visually you could say yes, but like it was really a solid game. It was just like, hey, here are some small open world areas and some dungeons. And it was like kind of a roguelike tower climb thing with randomized arenas. That was actually pretty cool. And the idea was literally, you know, you have basically warframes that you can fine-tune with equipment that you loot from, you know, stuff like the tower you have. And it was just, again, a combat-oriented warframe-like. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I guess. But like... honestly, I wish it had gotten a sequel. The sequel would have gotten a lot. I think the biggest problem it really had was the marketing. Again, the big thing that got it for Agonia was just they were like, hey, here's the combat, here's the RPG systems, and he was like, yeah, I like that, I want to play that, and then tipped it. And yeah, I guess we're one of the few people that actually can talk about Godfall. But yeah, the big problem was that a lot of people expected it to be a story-focused game when it just clearly wasn't trying to do that. And then it got, and then when people played that as, and then when, you know, when it came out, and what usually happens is that, you know, people expect something from the game, and when they get confronted with the game isn't doing that, they will just keep judging the game by whatever they made up in their minds, instead of, you know, judging the game by what it's doing. And it would have, like, if we talk about, you know, test scores, it probably should have gotten 1 or 2 more by most people, because, like, oh, it didn't have story. Well, it had some story, but it wasn't the focus. Like, that's the irony, you know?
It had other problems.
It had definitely other problems, yeah. But it's just, you know, it got rated for problems that weren't really a problem. Like, that's the stupid thing, you know? If you, for example, look at a shooter that, like, if nowadays, for example, people look at a game like Dusk, you know, just a general boomer shooter. If that game doesn't have any, you know, deep story or clever writing, they will just be like, yeah, that's not a thing that should be in the game, you know? But when a game has, but when a game is like, when they're like, oh, it has melee combat, it has to have a good story, because I now associated with Dark Souls, it's like, why?
We're securing Zone A.
Like, imagine this. Someone makes a game that is just like the best version of, you know, the Souls combat in general. Has some roguelike elements in there, all of that. It's just gameplay-wise so utterly good. But the story is bare bones. People would still be like, why is there no story? And it's like, why does there need to be a story? Sometimes, again, if a game wants to tell a story and it just doesn't do it, rate it for that. If it doesn't want to tell a story, maybe give it a pass. It depends, yeah. But again, it's more like, does the game even want to tell a story, really? Oh god, and you know what the sad part is? I really wanted to see, honestly, the vibe was there. It had some really cool stuff going. I mean, it was, like, visually, Godfall was, like extra. It was fucking overblown in terms of its world. It was, like, quite literally worlds made out of marble and gold. Like, you're like, what the fuck? But then you think about the fact that this is about, you know, killing gods in their realm, and you're like, oh. Yeah, you know what? Godly realms could look like that.
Grenade out!
Friendly's on B. Friendly securing A.
Oh, wow. You know what?
Zone secured.
I'm actually really sad that Anthem Next never became anything. I get why. And honestly, here's the thing.
Zone B is vulnerable.
It was the correct idea. I'm still so utterly pissed. Like, so here's the thing, okay? With Anthem and Anthem Next. Like, the fact that someone at, Chase at live service went, I mean, you know what the sad part is about Anthem? You know, the sad part is really that, Anthem was definitely, like, a product of a lot of factors. Like, ironically, BioWare was definitely trying to make a game that was, you know, a game that was replayable and had, you know, online factors for a long time. Like, just the original factor of, you know, the original plan of Dragon Age 4 also had, like, a big online, idea where, you know, you and the friend, you know, the world of friends and strangers, you know, would be connected, like, you know, kind of like Destiny, and then you could interchange that stuff, that you just meet people, that the world would feel more alive, which was, by the way, gutted by EA because they were like, no. Just make a good RPG. Which is like... Again, sometimes it's just not that easy to point fingers. I mean, the biggest problem with Anthem was this was also a game where they, you know, set on basically the money to make Anthem, basically on the idea of the world to change. Yeah, so... I mean, hey, in that sense, on that note, if Dragon Age 4, you know, gets shown today, and it's a pure single-player game, ironically, you have to thank the publisher for that this time. Because they were like, no more live service games. Okay, to be more precise, they were like, from what I heard, they were way more in on the note of, we don't want to overdo it with live service games because at some point it's a sunken cost fallacy. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a problem. So, like, I'm honestly on board with that. It's just... Again, it's kind of interesting because Anthem was just a lot. Like, it was one of the earliest ideas for extraction games and stuff. Like, there was so much going on with that. And it was just a mess. Like, it was just a fucking mess as a game. Like, keep in mind, they had they switched the movement constantly until they had like a small demo where you you did fly like Iron Man. And then, you know, I think Patrick Buck played it, you know, because they usually hand, like, they have this thing at EA that they hand out, you know, playtest stuff to, you know, friends and family around holidays, so, you know, they can just get some feedback when people can play them. And he was like, holy shit, that's good. You should do this. And, like, here's the thing.
Occupy.
Or they didn't know if they wanted to do it or not. It was not until he was like, you should do that, but like... Honestly, I feel like Anthem actually netted them the whole Iron Man game deal for Motive, where apparently a bunch of people from, you know, Anthem work on. Here's the thing though.
Zone compromised.
Considering they said they want to get back on making more, you know, their own IP titles, it wouldn't even fucking surprise me if there's gonna be an Anthem 2 one
Capture
day.
zone contested.
And you know what? I truly hope it will have the concepts of Anthem next. Because from what I gathered, they wanted to make it more of, you know, a co-op game and especially go hardcore into the role-playing game. And I mean with crunchy stats and statistics, like you have your character, you know, and you you know, have your stats on, you have your stats that you need to have suits, and your suits have need stats, and shit you find modifies those stats, and those stats apply how much damage you do, and how things, and like, oh yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is going from an action game to a bona fide actual RPG system back. And I was like, yeah, give me that. I want a game where I can fly around with my friends in Iron Man suits, like various Iron Man suits, and also just fucking number crunch the perfect build together. That sounds actually fucking fun. It would definitely be something for me, at least. Because that's the thing. That suit flying thing was the biggest factor Anthem had. And like...
Camo.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was the big problem. They literally passed so much around and had no idea what to do, you know, until, again, the higher up was like, hey, this Iron Man flying is actually really fucking good. You should do that. And this was the one point where they actually started having some idea of what to do. And then they finished the game in 12 months. I think everything is said with the game was then made in 12 months.
Opening a can of healing.
Yeah, this was like... You know what? There are some games, you know, that are good that were made in 12 months, but let me put it like this. You know what Fallout Vegas had going for it? The whole gameplay and tech base was already built there by Bethesda. Obsidian just had to iterate on it. Like, as much as people,
They
you know...
kinda knew what they wanted to do.
What?
They knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah, they knew what they wanted to do, they had a script, but also, again, when people are like, Fallout 3 is so bad, I'm like, here's the thing. You better respect Fallout 3. Yeah, it was a mod for existing Fallout 3. Because, again, they better respect Fallout 3, because if Bethesda didn't work for years to get all the mechanics into working in Fallout 3 that Obsidian would have, you know, need to work, that they worked off, it wouldn't have existed.
You're down, but never out, Agent. You got capture zone is moving. Zone under assault.
I think Persona 4 happened because they wanted to make a more chill thing.
Down the zone.
I think that was it. They were like, let's, you know, go to more, you know, small town setting, you know, a thing about friends, you know, it's a murder mystery. Basically, the devs wanted to chill out. Which, you know what, understandable. Persona 3 was like one hell of a heavy hitter of a game. But yeah,
I need a medic.
Capture zone.
Fallout 3 is literally the reason why Fallout New Vegas could exist how it existed. They should have... You know what? They probably should have gotten 1 more year to develop it, but still.
Allies on the zone.
Opening a cap.
Sending new locations.
Yeah, it's at midnight.
Critical.
Yeah, they definitely just reused so much of that. No, that happens a lot. That actually just happens a fuck ton. Like,
Ultra ready for deployment.
you know,
Zone compromised.
the whole idea of the spin-off title, you know, where you have like a main title finished and you hand it over to like a second studio or make like a budget title in-house, it's just so lost, you know? I mean,
Camo.
it's like, you know, when Naughty Dog made Uncharted 4, and then they used everything they built for Uncharted 4 and made The Lost Legacy with that. And Lost Legacy is fantastic, actually, and gay. You should play The Lost Legacy. Like, if someone's like, oh, is Uncharted 5 about the daughter of Nate? No, fuck you. Uncharted 5 better be about Nadine and Chloe or fucking Riot.
We're on the zone.
Yeah, it's the weird thing that I'm saying. They need to find more studios willing to do, you know, work on tech bases that have already been developed. Yeah. It's like, honestly, I hope for Uncharted 5 with them. God damn it, like... yeah, it was basically, hey, how about we do Uncharted 2 2.0, and I think it does a lot of stuff better. You know, mainly having 2 girls as protagonists, and them being gay. So...
Capture zone is moving. Sending new location to your OPSAT now. Rogue Echelon agent activated sonar goggles. Zone under assault. We're locking down the zone.
And also if you're like, oh, how do you know that they're lesbians? Well, here's the thing. They literally, that year, drew they drew official art of them under mistletoe for Christmas. So, no, they're definitely a thing, and like, if they're gonna be the new main couple of the series, I'm gonna be them. Like, honestly, it will scare away all the shitheads, and I'm gonna be so happy about that. I'm just gonna be so happy and just celebrate.
Capture
I'm
zone
gonna celebrate the
contested.
fucking day
Loadout
that
updated.
happens.
The zone's in danger.
So I guess we can put new Uncharted game on the list. You know what I would still want to see?
Capture zone is moving.
Like when we talk about PC ports, and I don't think they will be announced here, because they usually don't do that. But like, they would happen if, you know, remasters happen, and Killzone 2 and 3 remaster, please? I would definitely love to see those. Same with Resistance. Yeah, you know what? Nate is out. Nate is literally out. He should not come back. His storyline is fucking over. I think the funniest bit for me is still that they made Uncharted. There's no, yeah, and everyone's like, but the daughter. No, not the daughter. We have 2 other people. Why do we want the fucking flavorless daughter? We have lesbians. Give us the lesbians. Just 2 hot adult women
Capture
kissing.
zone is moving. Sending new location to your OPSAT now.
I mean, the funniest bit is they did the He Goes Back for One Last Job game because the ending to Uncharted 3, which was technically the same story, sucked ass.
Heads up. I'm detecting our sonar tech in enemy hands.
Like, I'm sorry, you know what, Uncharted 3 is not really that bad of a game, but like, holy shit, did they fumble the fucking ball with that. There was just, like, the emotional payoff in Uncharted 3 was just... Her parents, yeah, they went legit. Like, it was like, the emotional payoff in Uncharted 3 just wasn't there. It's like, that was literally the reason they basically made the fourth one.
Capture zone is moving.
Can anyone provide first aid?
But also, can we just talk about the fact how good Uncharted 4 is actually at doing this job?
Zone under
Yeah,
assault.
yeah, Uncharted only works with crooks, and they could do the whole, the daughter went bad or stuff. No, no, no. You have Chloe, you have Nadine. Those girls, they just fit that role, you know? You have them,
Capture zone
use them.
contested. Rogue
Like-
Echelon agent activated sonar goggles.
I mean, you know what I really love about the Lost Legacy? What I really fucking love about that right now? How it reminded me how insanely good Uncharted 4 was actually. Like, here's the thing. As what I already said, Uncharted 4 is basically the story of, like, the whole story arc of Uncharted 3 again. But better.
Zone compromised.
Vastly better. The irony is
Don't make
just...
this a habit, agent.
to pull it off, because, you know, in Uncharted 3, the whole, you know, how much, like, use UC4 as much I got. Honestly, I think what I really like about it is that, the irony is in 3 they basically did that storyline with, how's it called? Well, they did it with Sully. Was it Sully? Sully, yeah. Which made sense, you know? They were together their whole life. So they couldn't just do that again. So they just literally pulled the brother out of their ass. And he was still so well written that it just didn't matter that this was like, that he was basically an asshole. He just suddenly was there, but like their whole backstory and how they were together and the chemistry just was so utterly on point. Like, yeah. I mean, this is the one thing where, you know, people at, you know, they're like really good at, especially, you know, with the newer titles. They nail the interpersonal relationships. Like, people can show up and you just instantly get why you should care for them. Oh yeah, the fact, honestly, this is probably the one thing that really soured Uncharted 3 for me, because like there was definitely something supernatural going on, and then it just dropped and was never brought up again. And that sucked. That was just bad. And in Uncharted 4, having been like, oh, what is the supernatural stuff now? And then it turned out to be absolutely mundane. Cool. And then they did the same thing in Uncharted The Lost Legacy again. In my opinion, even better. So, yeah. Also, again, you know what Lost Legacy did? It brought back the brother, so he already has 2 games, and literally I was like, holy shit, it's the brother! That's amazing! Which is cool, because you realized the brother is its own character, but he can still be like a stand-in for the antics of Nathan. And you're like, you don't miss Nathan. Like, the brother is a more broken Nathan, and he fits so well into the dynamic of, like, being the third wheel of the powerful disaster lesbians. Okay, yeah, okay, I will...
Domination. This op's a bit raucous for the
I haven't played
flavor,
that.
but I'm sure
You know
you'll
what, they
miss.
should also remaster that. I mean, honestly, here's the thing.
3.
I will scream and shout if there ever is, like, a Resistance Retribution remake. Because,
Capturing Zone C.
that is actually my favorite Resistance title. Don't get me wrong. I like Resistance 1. I have an insanely soft spot for Resistance 2. That game was just something, you know? You're like, oh, but it's kind of like Call of Duty. Yeah, but also the scale was just different. You know, it was just different. And Resistance 3 is basically the best Half-Life game to not be Half-Life. And I mean that, actually. Like, Resistance 3 is shockingly good, and you can play it co-op. But, like, Resistance Retribution was just like, hey, Bend Studios, what did you do there? And they're like, oh yeah, we just made our take on Resident Evil 4. And you're like, oh, on the PlayStation Portable, no less. And you're like, yeah, on the PlayStation Portable, no less. Does it have scale? Oh, it has a fuck ton of scale. Does it have interesting environments? It has a fuck ton of interesting environments. Anime variety? Oh, a lot of anime variety. Do you need guns of the series? Oh, yes. How much shit did you cram into that game? They're like, oh, fuck, we crammed all of the shit into that game. And you just play it and you're like, holy shit, this game is good. This game is insanely good. And you're like, yeah. The one reason why I was excited to see whatever the fuck N Studios was making was because I'm probably the only person who ever played Resistance Retribution nowadays. Again, Retribution has infected mode, and that just changes the whole way you play the game. It's just like, really? You didn't need to do that. You already had a good game, but you just made more. Imagine studios doing that nowadays on full titles. I wish that game really got a remake. But we'll see.
I'm detecting hostiles on Zone C.
Honestly, again, Killzone... Okay, Killzone 1 definitely needs a remake. That game just has problems, but... 2 and 3 remastered, I would totally fucking love those. I mean, yeah, I would love to see them on the PC because,
You'll bounce back.
Killzone 3 has an amazing multiplayer and I would fucking love to play that on PC, but... Damn, I would love to play Killzone 2 and 3. Those games were just different, you know? They just hit differently. Like the whole... Like... God damn it. The whole start of, you know, Killzone 2 is like... I know who played it, but like the basic story is, you know, Helgens in Instruction of Horizon Forbidden West is now getting a PS5 remake. It already got.
Capture zone contested.
But like, yeah, it's like you have this like you have the Helgens, you know, invading Vector and get pushed back, and now the Vectans in revenge, you know, without waiting for instructions of the ISA, are just like, let's use our, you know, fleet and such and counter-invade Helgen, and like, just the whole atmosphere of, you know, like the ships, like, hanging like Damocles swords over the city, and you know, everything just goes bad from point one, and everything is just like this game outgrids the grittiest modern war game, or even the grittiest World War II game. It's just like Killzone 2 has an atmosphere that where you're like, oh god, this sucks to be in. Like, it's so good, and it's just depressing. Like, the game just ends with a nuke. Like, and the third game just ends with genocide. You know, by the good guys, quote unquote. God damn it, that game series was different. I know, shocking, but like, yeah. Hey Lena, we were talking about peak Dutch gaming called Killzone 2 and 3. Yeah, well, okay, 2 doesn't end with a nuke, but like, shit gets devastated by basically a nuke. And the third game ends with a literal genocide that happened from the hands of the protagonists, and it's like,
This should be familiar territory.
god damn it,
Heads up. I'm detecting
that's
our
bleak
sonar
as
tactics.
fuck. So yeah, I kind of wish they would remaster them.
Grenade out!
Allies on E. Zone compromise.
Need a medic!
Well, now that I think about it,
Engaging camo!
a Dutch guy is now the CEO of PlayStation. That's funny. PlayStation is kind of is basically half Dutch now. But yeah, and any other game you may be interested in seeing? Again, no
Echelon
Bloodborne.
agent activated sonar goggles. I think we all see where this is heading. Time to think about extraction.
Spielstation, yes. Or should I say Spielstation?
Zone compromised. Friendlies on B.
That's just a funny language.
This'll be a fun report to write.
Spielstation. Spielstation. Ah. Huh. So Trump got convicted on all 34 charges in New York criminal trial. Is he still gonna run for president? I don't know about the American legal system, but like, I feel like he should not be allowed to do that. Yeah, all. I mean, he kind of brought this upon himself, but still, apparently that was breaking news. Probably. I don't know. Again, should he even be allowed to run now? Oh damn. I think we might even get DedSec done before we switch over. Cool. I wonder how much he can weaken. It would be so fun if he goes to jail, actually. That it should mean that, I suppose, but who the fuck knows? Like, I don't know. You know what? Who the fuck knows? I wish Zeb was here because he would probably have a better answer to this than any one of us has. Like, let me just be clear. We all are stupid. We are stupid Europeans. For us, this is like, how the fuck is this guy even allowed to run?
Domination. I'll peg 3 objectives on your OPSAT. Assault them at your discretion. Three, 2, 1. Your mission is to secure the capture zones.
Hot politics talk,
Team
but
capturing
like,
Zone C.
yeah, tomorrow will be more politics talk
Friendly
after
going for
Selaco
zone
probably.
B.
Selaco will just be killing shit.
Capture zone contested. The zone secured.
Okay, chat. Question.
Enemy neutralized.
Sulaco tomorrow. Should I run it vanilla? Or should I do the whole Sulaco mod
Detecting
meme?
hostiles on Zone C.
I need... Okay. Okay, Claire. So the thing is, when the Sulaco demo released, people found out that, you know, the enemies you shoot have purple blood.
This is a rough one, but you're a pro. You'll bounce back.
No, Lena!
Test it.
Fuck you! Oh, fuck you, Lena. Really? You had to make a Rule 34 joke out of... I mean, honestly, if there is a rule... You should make a Rule 34 joke on Twitter with it. You should post that on Twitter, like, as a quote tweet. I quote tweeted, you know, the breaking news. I will retweet you.
Friendly's going for Zone B.
This is your joke, own it. Do it. Do it. Oh, you just noticed that it was a Rule 34 joke? Claire, only now? Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Lena, if you post that, I will retweet it. You will get my... This is your joke. Again, do it. Already, no, so the thing was, they had purple blood, okay? And a lot of people were like, why do they have purple blood? This is weird. Beyond, you know, from our Discord, actually made a mod because, I mean, he's also he also works on the Doom engine, so, you know.
Hostiles on the scope in Zone B.
Yeah, retweeted that twice. Enjoy. But yeah. Basically, he made a mod to make the blood red. And then he was like, hey, so this was actually this was kind of easy. So, he was like, I can also make the blood white. And then he landed on the front page of websites like Kotaku for making a cum mod. So yeah, do you want to stream me Sulaco with purple blood or cum blood? Is the question.
Frag out!
Sticky grenade!
Engaging fire!
Changing mags!
Yeah, it's like cum versus blood, right? Ketchup versus mayo, it's cum versus blood, like.
Missions in jeopardy, Agent. We're taking A.
Reloading!
I think the funniest part about that
Secure
thing
all
is
the
that,
zones. This could be familiar territory.
yeah, I think the funniest part about that was that a lot of Americans were like, mayonnaise sucks, why would you like mayonnaise? And it's like, hey, America, I know I know your country doesn't really have good mayonnaise, but it's better. I'm sorry. It's like, oh, you just eat ketchup with your fries. Ketchup only with your fries sucks, okay? You eat mayonnaise with your fries. And then you put in a little bit of ketchup and mix it together. And you put in a bit of hot sauce on that and also mix it, and you have the perfect fry sauce. You can also use that for so many other things because it's such a good sauce, but thank me later. If you're wondering which hot sauce, basically everything works. I usually use Tabasco because you don't need much, and also the acidity is just perfect in there. But
Zone compromised.
who grills your bread and mayo? We just put it on fries. Yeah, it's just... This is the weirdest thing out there, like, yeah, but like, if you use mayo to grill, like, why would you use mayo to grill your grilled cheese on the outside? You put butter there. Mayonnaise is for fries and burger sauces and all that. Or, you know, general dipping sauces. You don't eat raw ketchup also, because fuck raw ketchup. I played on mayo team because I like the color and committed a bit so hard that mayo is not my favorite condiment. Americans don't use butter. Oh, they use too much butter, ironically. Just wrong. But mayonnaise is just good, you know. I was actually thinking about the fact, by the way, I'm not, if you're wondering, Claire, I'm not going to do burgers on Sunday. I'm going to do chili dogs. So sorry. Yeah?
I'll start filling out the mission failure
Yeah, I'm
report.
gonna go, gonna buy the rest of the ingredients on Saturday, and then I will make the chili on Saturday, which, you know, will save me time.
Don't make this a habit, Agent.
Yeah. I didn't expect that they have an end of round screen that allows you to self-own. Yeah. Oh yeah. The binging with Babish sponsorships until he was like, I'm not gonna take money from the turf head. And like, oh god. You put beans on bread that makes it soggy. It is no, that's what the butter is for. Really? Really they say that? That's literally what the butter...
Loadout updated. We hold all capture zones. Good work, Agent. Secure those capture zones, Agent.
Also, here's the thing. I'm gonna break I'm gonna break a leg
The brass will
for
never say it, so I will. Good job, Agent.
what the fuck? I wanted to get points. I want to unlock DedSec. What the fuck? Stop robbing me of my DedSec. Fashionably late. We're all fashionably late. Also, it's so funny when people are like, "Oh, look at all the beans the Brits eat." Here's the thing. I know you can make a bunch of jokes about, you know, British food, whatever you want. But, you know, white beans and tomato sauce is actually kind of a banger. Like, when you're like, oh, but who would eat it? Quite literally, you put paprika in and change up the beans, you have chili. Fuck you. Beans and tomato sauce just work together, okay? It's not my fault that the Brits got shit once, good right for once. That is not my decision, that was their decision. I mean, yeah, it's like, sure, it's just beans on toast. Like, who cares? It's obviously simple. Like, hey, I wouldn't, Oh no! xDefiant crashed. Damn. I think it wasn't expecting the lobby to close. My mom has a recipe for actually home-cooked beans on toast, and they're delicious. Paprika is great. Paprika is just, it's just amazing. I love you. Here's the thing. That's the thing. You wanna hear some hacks? You wanna hear some really good cooking hacks? Paprika, you couldn't put into nearly everything with tomato, and it works. You know what's also a really good hack for, you know, tomato sauce? Or, you know, all things tomato? You put in some curry powder. Not a lot. A teaspoon is enough. But like, have this from a tomato soup recipe. Just a bit of curry powder. It just really just broadens the flavor profile in the background. It is really good. So, yeah. We almost have that sec. Look at this, we almost have that sec. Then we know what we have to do to unlock the last girl, and that's sec. Woo! Then I will truly have all the girls in xDefiant.
Follow it when it changes location.
Until, you know, there will be more girls coming. God, I hope the assassin girl is gonna be hot. You think the assassin girl is gonna be a hot girl or a cute girl?
Capture zone contested. Allies on the zone.
Engaging camo!
Enemy neutralized.
Yeah, she's an assassin. She could murder me. Probably hot. I was like asking, is the Rainbow Six girl, but like the Rainbow Six girl is gonna be hot. It's Rainbow Six. The next Far Cry one. Evie's both cute and hot. Which game is she from
Zone
again?
under assault.
Engaging camo!
Syndicate. Yeah, I have not played Syndicate, sadly. So, sorry. Oh, we have that sec. Not yet, I guess. Oh, almost. Yeah.
Capture zone is moving. Sending new locations.
Honestly, I love the fact that the
Under assault.
Splinter Cell map has a bunch of vents in it. Yeah, it's the Echelon headquarter, but still, putting a bunch of vents on the Splinter Cell map is just thank you. That is understanding the franchise, you know.
I'll allow it.
Engaging camo.
Oh,
The zone's in danger.
that's what is it? What is it?
Barrier deployed.
That's supper? That's super?
Capture zone is moving.
It's not that sucks. That would be wrong syntax. I think you understand English good enough.
We're
That's
locking down
superficial?
the zone. You're down, but never out, Agent. You got this. The zone's in danger.
What is it, Lena?
Stick it out. First aid.
Yes, they're very important for providing air and sneaking around in a Splinter Cell game.
We're
And
locking
also
down
sometimes
the zone.
Metal Gear Solid game. They're very important for stealth games.
Zone compromised.
Supercalifragilistic. Yeah. Okay, that could definitely be it. But like, it's a. Hey, yeah, you know what? You're right. At that point, I'm like, yeah. Obviously, she didn't write that. But yeah, what is it with vents? Whatever
Capture
game
zone
is known for
moving.
vents.
Sending new location to Ross
We have
now.
Splinter Cell. We have Half-Life. Yeah, you crawl around in a lot of vents in Half-Life. Venting. Oh yeah, Half-Life fans vent a lot. I know.
Allies on the zone.
Especially that there is no more Half-Life right now. And Valve is just doing another game. So Half-Life. Yeah, those fans vent a lot, you're right. Damn.
Capture zone
I
contested.
don't know who's trolling who at this point. You want to talk about important vents and I'm giving you that. Like, hey, what do you want to hear now? System Shock? I mean, because yeah, sometimes you are.
We're locking down the zone.
We have officially unlocked DedSec.
Capture zone is moving. Heads up. I'm detecting our sonar tech in enemy hands. The zone's in danger.
Ooh, yeah. Spider-Bot. Ah. So actually you need to use the Spider-Bot to get the girl. I'm gonna be so toxic.
Zone in.
I mean, again, I listed you so many you know, girls do love Spider-Bots. Yeah. Especially the big ones from Supreme Commander. Wink wink. Yeah.
Capture zone is changing location. In case of the not get ups.
Like, here's the thing.
Capturing.
What I have to ask is that
Deploying frag.
I gave you a list of games, but like, is the one you mean among
Capture zone
them?
contested. Capture zone at risk.
Well, yeah, I play games very well. What do you mean?
Go make some Capture zone relocating. Zone in peril. We're capturing.
Reloading! Cover me!
Vengeance. Glad that's settled. Your team is at the front. Help! Medic! Throwing Capture zone contested.
So the DedSec announcer is just an
Capture zone at
AI.
risk.
Yeah. But yeah, Lena, what do you think? I am good at playing games. Do you think I'm an imposter?
Take the zone. Zone's moving. Little guy.
Hey, everybody was Watch Dogs. Who knows?
Barrier deployed. Swapping map.
Zone imperiled.
Maybe they just were like, let's take something from both games, you know? I mean, Watch Dogs 2 definitely has the more, you know, recognizable style, so... God damn it, where does the spider crawl to?
Hostile echelon just goggled up. Zone moving elsewhere.
I mean, it kinda makes sense that the hackers have an AI, so, you know...
We're capturing.
Pokemon but with Londoners. Yeah, that was definitely kind of the gameplay hook of that game.
Capture zone contested. Reloading.
Was it even fun to play? Like, I heard mixed perceptions. It was just a cool idea of having this insanely freeform game. Obviously there are assassins in Watch Dogs 3.
Hostile echelon can see through walls now. Consider running rather than hiding.
I mean, it's kind of funny to think about the idea that Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed run into this are in the same universe, because it's like, you know, the Templars try to control everything all around them, and the Assassins are like, we need to recruit more people, and then just some teenagers with smartphones are like, oi mate, let's just recruit everyone in London. Yes, the Scottish Pokemon trainer. Moira, I'm on the expansion. I guess we do one more round, and then we probably need to set up for the state of play. I don't have much tea anymore, and also I ate all the chocolate. I'm sad. Tragic, yeah, truly tragic news, I know. I thought the point was not to have a lot of tea. Well played. I guess a bit trolling back is doable. Yeah, got a
Domination. This
purple
situation
vector
calls for
skin
quick
now.
thinking and a great deal of shooting.
Probably the optimal gun for Agonia.
2, 1. Secure the capture zones and make sure you keep.
Know what I
the
wish they would
zone
announce?
lawns. Team capturing zone A.
Crystal purple controllers for the PS5. I would instantly buy one
Team
at
taking
least.
capture zone B.
We need more crystal stuff again.
Enemies on capture zone B. Team taking capture zone C. Capture zone contested. Enemies are going for C.
Deploying sticky.
Sometimes you just have to get back on the horse, even after your horse kills you several times in a row. Team taking capture zone B.
The fuck?
That's a homicide. Capture zone contested.
How the fuck is that even legal? Oh yeah, he's an
Active camo.
he's like convicted on 34 charges, but still gets to run for president. That makes so much fucking sense.
Enemies on capture zone B.
Live your best life, little guy. Deploying sticky.
Go, little bugger. Whee.
Got that settled.
Loading.
Team taking capture zone C.
Spider bot.
Friendlies hold all the zones. Several cheers for all involved. Enemies are going for C. Enemies on.
Make some friends.
Capture zone contested. Zone is contested.
Oh! I just see now. The ability of DedSec is that they just keep printing gadgets. That's actually kind of neat. So you throw a grenade, it just reloads slowly. Because they have a 3D printer and that can just print grenades? I know how that works, but I guess.
All capture zones under friendly control. Here you go. Zone C is at risk. Zone B is in peril. Zone is contested.
Okay, you know, can we talk about the this little weird thing that happened? That, you know, 3D printers became a slightly little bit commonly available, and suddenly, and suddenly everyone was like, oh yeah, you know, 3D print everything. Like, the thing is, you couldn't theoretically 3D print a gun,
Keep the goons out of the zones.
except not really.
Team on zone C.
You can 3D print, you know, everything, you know, on the chassis of the gun, and fine-tune that, and that's actually been used for a bunch of stuff already. The thing is just, so you see, the receiver still needs to be out of metal, and the barrel favorably as well. Like, oh yeah, you can technically do stuff, you know, out of plastic alone, but it's gonna suck. It's gonna break apart because, like,
Friendlies are acquiring B.
Engaging camo.
Hostile echelon just goggled up.
Live your best life, little guy.
god damn it.
Team on zone C.
Yeah, like, it was definitely one of those things until everyone, you know, until people realized 3D printing shit, you know, everything 3D printed was just kind of stupid.
Team taking zone. Your team won, which means I also win by proxy.
Yeah, understandable. Like, here's the thing, okay? Let's just see, where is it? Oh, I have to log in from... So, browser is this? It's actually the right one. Nice. Let's just play him around. One more round. Altes Vibe. Well, that's a name.
Domination.
Ah, it rains outside. This is so... Okay, you know what? Shout out to rain. Gotta be one of my favorite moods.
3, 2, 1. Take all the zones, keep out the goons. Team taking capture zone C.
I like the that second answer. Hey, it's charming.
Team taking capture zone B. Zone secured. any differences?
Changing lanes.
Vengeance is mine.
Vaguely? Who's that? I have to play Watch Dogs 2, don't I? Yeah, probably. It's kind of funny how Watch Dogs 1 was like, you know, you're a brutal guy who tries to, you know, take down, who wants to take revenge for his family and stuff, and then Watch Dogs 2 was just like, yo, fuck the system. Like, gigantic mood change, but respect that. And then the third one was just like, how about we do it like, yeah, British Pokemon.
Live your best life, little guy.
Changing mags.
Makes me wonder if I don't know. Was he made by the people from Watch Dogs 2? That would make sense then, you know? The Watch Dogs games seem weirdly connected, but oh well.
Go get these bombs. Oh, medic!
You won? Ah! And then went rogue. Oh, the Watch Dogs game's lore seems very neat.
Enemies on capture zone B.
Oh, let me guess. It was more like, oh, we make an AI that does that controls everything for us, and then the AI was just like, you know what? No.
Purpose or reward?
Ha ha. Was that laugh convincing?
Team taking capture zone B.
Ow. Ow. But that makes sense why it's recruiting people to do the job.
Capture zone.
Some brand.
Obviously, he fucking did it to his own family.
Hope you like Spider-Man.
We're claiming A. Friendlies are acquiring B.
Well, lovely. That antagonist at least not male.
Little guy.
I can't understand why no one is using hacking right now. You unlock the DedSec ones with either just kills or the spider bot, so
We're behind.
yeah, spam the spider bot, I'd say.
Go for the face.
No!
Get cracking on those zones. Take them and keep them.
So major challenges are always apparently how you unlock the factions. So yeah, that's good. That seems like a robust system. Especially for a free. Here's the thing: for a free game, I expected them to have the new factions to, you know, not be unlockable.
Zone C is at risk. Need a dock here. Friendlies are acquiring B.
Changing mag. Powder requested.
Zone A is slipping away. Zone owned by you lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a British person. By you lot? Hello? Are you from London, mate?
We're claiming A.
Then there's transhumanism. Yeah, that's always the thing with... It's politics, but not really. It's like... I think the closest Ubisoft games got to politics was Far Cry, and even then they were way too much stuck in the idea of... everyone is kind of horrible.
The end is near, and it's not looking great. Go for the base! Enemy network compromised. The homicide! Team taking zone B. Ultra ready.
That's that. Time to switch over. What a good day, you know? Okay, everyone, stream is gonna be literally back in just 1 fucking second. So don't go away and reload. You better reload. Okay? Okay. Deal. I just still need to wait for this to load. Yes. And have like... faction characters. Okay, it's going up with her. So yeah, back in 1 second. Do not go away.